Arctic. Good to see you. I hope you've been doing good. Tonight, I'm not going to be talking about, like, telling any funny stories or anything like that. We're going to be talking about silence. The kind of silence where it's just you, your thoughts, and God. My husband always says something that sticks in my head. He says, don't do anything that will come back to haunt you in your quiet time. And that is so true, because when the cheering fades, when the phones are on charge, when the kids are finally asleep, it's just you and that voice in your head. And that's the moment you can hide, that you can't really hide from yourself. You sure can't hide from God. You see, silence is like a mirror. Not the kind of mirror that shows you your hair is messy, but one that shows you your insides. The world will clap for you. People will cheer when you walk into a room. Folks will click like on a post. But when things get quiet and ain't nobody there to impress, silence becomes a mirror. And it don't lie. It don't care what you've got, what your title is, how many subscribers you have, or who shouts your name. It only shows you you. Arctic, I hope you're having a good day, a good Sunday too. Let me tell you something. There's been times I didn't like what I saw in that mirror. Times I had to sit and face choices I made, words I wished I hadn't said, and some words I wish I would have. But as hard as it is, the silences were the place that I grew the most. If y'all get what I'm saying, leave me an emoji in chat. You see, we live in a noisy world. Scroll this, like that, follow here, watch this, constant validation, constant comparison. But hear me out, noise don't grow you, silence does. When the hollers quietens down, when the creek's the only sound, that's when you start to notice things. You notice your own heartbeat, you notice God's whispers. Noise is good for applause, but silence is good for roots. A seed don't grow while folks are clapping. It grows buried in the dirt, in the quiet. Jesus stepped away from the crowd to pray. And if the Son of God needs quiet, you better believe that we do too. Let me know in chat, what's harder for y'all? Crowds or silence? Silence forces us to ask the questions we try to outrun. What do I really believe? Who am I? When I'm not trying to impress anybody and nobody's looking, who am I really? Most people run from most questions because they shine light in the dark corners that we'd rather keep hidden. But truth, those questions hold your freedom. Think about it. When the cheering fades, who are you? When nobody's watching, are you living a life you can stand before God with? And this is where my husband's wisdom comes back in. Don't do or say anything that will haunt you in your quiet time. Because if it don't sit right in the silence, it probably ain't worth doing in the noise. Now listen, people think being alone means being lost. But what if being alone means you're actually being found? Arctic says silence with nothing but your own thoughts can be brutal. It absolutely can. I mean, what if silence isn't emptiness, though, but clarity. What if solitude isn't punishment but preparation? See, God doesn't waste silence. That's his workshop. That's where he shapes us. Some of the strongest men and women you'll ever meet didn't find that strength in a crowd. They found it in a quiet room, in a prayer closet, in a midnight cry no one else heard. When you learn to be still, and boy, have I been having to learn to be still, you quit begging people to complete you. You stop molding yourself to fit into places that you were never meant to be. Silence teaches you how to listen to your own voice, the one that you've been drowning out just to keep the peace, just to avoid rocking the boat. The world wants you to think that you need a crowd to validate you, that unless you got a circle clapping behind you, you're missing something, but that's a lie. You don't need a circle. We just need courage. The real work, the real transformation, it doesn't happen in crowds. It happens in the quiet. It happens when you're staring at the ceiling at 2 a.m. asking yourself, am I living right? It happens when you're driving down the road, radio off, just you and your thoughts, and that's when God gets a hold of you. Or maybe that's when the things that you should have done and didn't runs through your head. So if I can leave anybody with anything, let me leave you with this. Don't run from silence. Don't despise it. That's where your roots grow. When the noise dies down, when the crowd is gone, when it's just you and your thoughts, remember, silence ain't a punishment. It's preparation. And if you can stand in that quiet time with peace, then you know you're walking on the right path. I know for me, I've often said that my mind is probably one of the worst places to be sometimes. But we really learn who we are when we're being quiet. Arctic's absolutely right. Silence with nothing but your own thoughts can be brutal. But with that also said, we can also learn in that silence. We can grow in that silence. I gave the example of a seed. It don't grow while people are clapping. If you think about planting a seed, you put it in the ground and it's alone, in the dark, in silence. And until it sprouts out of that dirt, you don't even know it growed. And that's kind of like us. When we're alone with our silence, with nobody in our ear, with nobody telling us a narrative that we should be thinking, is it not easier to see the things around us? If that ain't growth, I don't know what is. Dutchie has got a live going over Tyler Doyle's case. I said that this one would be short, but I really want to thank you. Thank y'all for being here. If you're watching on the replay, let me know you watched. Where'd you watch from? And if this spoke to you, share it with somebody. Hit that like, subscribe, and meet me back here next time. Until then, from the holler to wherever you're watching, don't be afraid of the quiet. That's where the real you is waiting.
come back now. Don't